Russia rarely lets on that it's suffering casualties in Ukraine, but the funeral of a 23-year-old soldier underlines the losses are real. Now the ringleader of the invasion is signaling an even darker turn ahead. On Russian state TV, President Vladimir Putin said he's struck a deal with his ally from Belarus, Alexander Lukashenko. A plan to house tactical nuclear weapons under Russian control in Belarus.
I do not think that it's a panic time or anything like that. It's Putin trying to escalate because he has problems.
Putin's plan would see storage facilities built by this summer in Belarus, Ukraine's northern neighbor. A senior Ukrainian official tweeted the Kremlin took Belarus as a nuclear hostage, while the EU called it a threat to European security, warning Belarus of further sanctions. Tactical nuclear weapons are much smaller than the kind mounted on intercontinental ballistic missiles, designed for attacks on the battlefield, but they've never been used and carry huge risks. A White House spokesman downplayed the intimidation in an interview on CBC News' Rosemary Barton Live.
We've seen nothing that would indicate Mr. Putin is preparing to use tactical nuclear weapons in any way whatsoever.
It was just last week that Putin welcomed China's leader, Xi Jinping, to Moscow. Xi didn't publicly promise Russia any weapons, but appears to have left the Kremlin emboldened.
This is not a coincidence that we're seeing now what Putin is doing.
Putin pointed out Washington stores part of its own nuclear arsenal abroad, but NATO quickly highlighted a big difference. The alliance says Western nations respect nuclear arms control agreements, and Putin does not. Thomas Dagler, CBC News, Washington.